The story begins with a boy named Rain, who is a beast tamer and belongs to a group of heroes. However, he is eventually expelled from the group because they consider him useless in combat, as his powers are mainly focused on tracking and carrying luggage. They dismiss him in a rude manner. Feeling depressed, Rain encounters some kids who are curious to see him use his powers. He demonstrates his abilities, and they look up to him, aspiring to be like him. They admire Rain because the heroes they idolize are arrogant and only care about the rich and noble. Inspired by the kids, Rain contemplates becoming an adventurer. Rain visits the guild to register and the receptionist explains the process to him. He learns that he must undergo tests to become an adventurer. As part of the test, Rain goes to eliminate weak monsters. While on this task, he hears a scream and discovers a girl being attacked by a monster. Rain acts quickly to distract the monster and allows the girl to escape. To his surprise, the girl, Ray, possesses incredible physical abilities as a rare feline spirit. Ray appears weak and hungry, so Rain offers her some food. After eating, Ray's grandparents, who are also feline spirits, appear. Rain and Ray quickly become friends, and Rain shares his story about being kicked out of the hero group. Rain expresses gratitude for Ray's support and pets her, realizing that it doesn't bother her. Ray explains that Rain is not useless, in fact, he has an incredible talent. She reveals that Rain has the ability to control her, which is rare since few people can control a feline spirit. Ray asks Rain to form a pact with her, and they establish a strong bond. Later, while undertaking beginner adventurer missions together, Rain and Ray hear a scream. They rush to the source and find an old man being attacked by bandits. With no help from the old man's escorts, Rain and Ray intervene to protect him and his belongings. During the encounter, Rain is amazed by Ray's strength and agility. Rain inquires about her skills, and Ray explains that she has been trained in martial arts since childhood by her grandfather. Rain admires Ray's abilities and expresses concern for her safety, as there are still more than 100 bandits remaining. However, Ray is fearless and decides to confront them to prevent harm to the old man and the citizens. Rain then reveals his ability to control insects. He tames several bees capable of paralyzing people and asks Ray to seek help. Meanwhile, Rain's ex-companions, who had previously escaped, are confronted as it turns out they were the escorts who abandoned the old man. They grow angry with the Tamer and Rain's group, criticizing him for only taming a squirrel while they believe he claimed to have tamed around 20 beasts. Rain explains that controlling multiple beasts simultaneously is not common, and his skill is exceptional. Nevertheless, they label him a liar and blame him for the bandit incident. Returning to the main storyline, Rain and Ray successfully handle the bandits, including the monsters they possessed. Rain expresses gratitude to Ray for empowering him and boosting his strength through their pact. As a result, Rain is promoted in rank and receives a reward. They celebrate and decide to stay at an inn where only one room is available. Rain and Ray feel embarrassed about sharing a room, but Rain is comfortable with it. The next day, the guild receptionist asks Rain to deal with a vandal who attacks adventurers attempting to cross a bridge. In return, they will receive a good reward. So they accept, and when they reach the bridge, a dragon appears. It turns out to be a girl named Tanya, who is quite cute. She belongs to a great species, just like Canada. However, she ends up attacking Rain and his group as part of her training, and they can't defend themselves against her. Ray comes up with a plan and uses poisonous birds to immobilize Tanya. With no other choice, Tanya surrenders and accompanies them to the guild. However, Ray doesn't want them to know that she is a dragon, so she tells them that Tanya is just a girl dressed as a dragon. Tanya thinks Rain will punish her for causing so much trouble, but he just tells her not to do it again. Tanya then tells them that she wants to join the group and confesses to Rain that she feels something for him. Rain doesn't get upset, but Tanya tells him that nobody likes jealous girls. Ray ends up forming a pact with Tanya. Meanwhile, the heroes are having a hard time because the kingdom is useless, contrary to what they thought. Since Rain does most of the heavy work, they plan to hire him again for a mission and then fire him after he returns with their group. They are looking for slimes to kill, but since they can't find any, Rain uses his ability to transfer his mind to an animal. However, his body is left vulnerable. Before long, they find slimes, and apparently, Rain's magic has increased thanks to the pact he made with Tanya. She trains him after they receive a good reward. Later, they go to dinner, and when asked where Rain learned to tame, Ray tells them about his hometown, where there were many beast tamers, including his parents. However, the town disappeared when monsters attacked, and Rain was the only survivor. The girls cheer Rain up and express their pride in him. They also express anger toward the hero group for treating him as useless every day. They go to finish off some monsters, and Ray warns them to be careful. However, Tanya leaves with great confidence, and they manage to defeat almost all of the monsters. Unfortunately, a firework causes trouble, and Ray ends up getting hurt while protecting Tanya. Rain talks to her, and she apologizes sincerely. Rain tells her not to worry and to be more careful next time. He also assures her that he and Canada are glad that their group is okay. As they walk, they encounter the hero group. Rain initially plans to ignore them, but they end up asking for his help. They admit that they need him to retrieve a relic to face the Demon King, and if they fail, they won't stand a chance. However, the hero leader gets angry with Rain, telling him to control his pets better. Rain gets angry and stands up for his beloved companions. A confrontation ensues, and Rain's group manages to defeat the hero group. The girls force them to apologize to Rain, who worries about them. Later, they search for the relic but end up going in circles. Tamer uses magic to find the location, and Kanade destroys the tree, creating the barrier that was making them walk in circles. However, a fairy appears and throws them out, as they don't trust Rain for being a human. Tamer plans to distract the fairy while Kanade destroys the barrier, but Rain prefers to talk to her. Rain allows himself to be attacked to gain her trust, but it doesn't work. The girls protect him and convince the fairy that Rain is a good person. They explain that they need the shield to give to. They ended up talking and explained to her their need for the shield to give it to the hero so he could face the Demon King. He asked her to undo the barrier to find the shield, but she couldn't since the barrier protected them from intruders. However, she used her magic to leave with the shield and gave it to them. As they were leaving, the queen appeared sad. Rain expressed his desire to help her, no matter the danger, and everyone asked her to trust them. By the way, I forgot to mention her name is Zora. Zora revealed that she and her sister Luna were responsible for protecting the forest. They had a good time, despite finding it boring. One day, they had to leave the barrier and encountered a monster that nullified magic. Helpless, the monster captured Luna and demanded that Zora undo the barrier in exchange for her release. Seeking assistance, Zora approached her boss, who advised her to sacrifice her sister for the sake of the people's safety. Though she understood the reasoning, Zora still wanted to save Luna. Rain assured her not to worry and promised that they would rescue her sister. They confronted the Dark Knight King Nikoni, with Tanya unleashing her power fearlessly. However, they were unable to defeat him. Rain devised a plan to enhance Kanade's power by utilizing a lost Tamer magic. With renewed strength, they aimed to overcome their formidable enemy. Meanwhile, Luna displayed a perverted side, while Zora exhibited anger. The two of them decided to leave the forest since their people had abandoned them in their time of need. Rain expressed concern for their safety, but Kanade proposed that they join their group. Despite Rain being human, Luna and Zora wanted to accompany him. They asked Rain to make a pact with them, though Rain had some reservations due to fairies being creatures with immensely powerful magic. The girls encouraged him to proceed, and he successfully completed the pact, heightening their group's strength. The following day, they delivered the shield to the heroes group, who couldn't believe Rain had found it within 2 days after their week-long search. As Rain was leaving, the hero suggested that Zora rejoin their group, acknowledging their need for her despite their reluctance to admit it. However, Rain knew they hadn't truly changed, and now having valuable companions, he rejected their offer. The girls pondered if the hero was truly the only one capable of defeating the Demon King. Rain shared a story where a hero made a pact with the gods, obtaining their blood, and went on to defeat the Demon King. The current hero possessed that blood, granting him the ability to surpass his limits. The girls remarked that Rain had already broken his limits by making pacts with all of them, and if he continued to make pacts with more great species, he could defeat the Demon King. The king expressed his desire to help but acknowledged the difficulty of facing the Demon King, as many lives were at stake. He admitted not feeling ready for such a task and would make a decision when the time came. Nevertheless, the girls vowed to stand by him regardless of his choice. Well, that's it for now. If you enjoyed the story, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.